at this time, I just want to say a few words about the man who we are installing as chapter president here tonight, Mr. Jimmy Davies. I mean, I tell you, every so often you run into some people that are really, that stand out, that are just special. And the one thing that I've learned about Jimmy is that he is the personification of a servant. You know, this man, from the time that I met him and he got involved with what we were doing, I've never seen anyone so committed. Jimmy lives in Durham, North Carolina. Jimmy would drive to our Monday night meetings every Monday night to get this information. Every Monday night, he didn't miss one. That's right. And then we started our Saturday morning meetings at 9 a.m. for our ambassadors, those that, the committed ones, because Monday night is for everybody. Saturday morning was for the committed people, the ambassadors that really want, that have embraced this philosophy and want to go out and share it and want to help us with our initiatives. We have our Saturday morning meetings, which we'll be having here too. Jimmy came every Saturday morning. I mean, he is a true servant and also a great businessman. Jimmy is in the process of building his second company. He had one company that was a training company back in the times when the Mac was popular, it was first coming out, and he trained people all over this nation with his organization. He had an organization training people on Macs all over the country. He's now on his second venture, and he's serving as president and CEO of Every.Black event. Every.Black.event.com, and he'll tell you a little bit more about that, I'm sure. But he's a person who we really admire, who we really have high esteem for, and we have great respect for, because he's earned that respect. And for those individuals that we place in leadership, there comes a lot of responsibility with leadership. But I tell you, it is an honor and a privilege to call Jimmy Davies my friend, a colleague, and to learn from him how to even be a better servant. And so with that, Mr. Dudley, will you come up, please? Sir. We want to honor Jimmy and present him with a plaque. Please come up, Jimmy Davies. We want to honor him with this plaque, which reads, "The S.B. Fuller and Joel Dudley Senior Foundation hereby declares Jimmy Davies as chapter president of the Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina chapter." Of the Fuller and Dudley Mastermind Business Group on this 26th day of September 2016. Thank you, Jimmy. And at this time, I'd like to have Jimmy to say a few words to us.
First of all, I want to recognize the people that have been helping me here in Raleigh, Durham to put this together. It's not just me. Goddess Webb, Raise your hand, Goddess. Goddess owns Vegan Flavor Cafe in Durham. Restaurant. It's been written up 5 times in the last year. So please try out her cafe, Vegan Cafe on 15501 in Durham. Can you see her? Come on down here. Come on up. Cheryl Merritt. Where's Cheryl? Come on up, Cheryl. Cheryl's a real estate agent. She's also my sorority sister. Tamisha Thomas. Now, Tamisha, I tell you, she actually didn't make it. Let's see, you came to the event in May? Yeah, okay, you came to the event in May. But she was so energetic about wanting to help. Because really, we were just trying to find people that had been to the event, they were familiar with it. But she was so enthused about wanting to help, I couldn't say no. So she's been helping us. She also works with young people. She's a technology specialist, and she's teaching them how to run a TV crew, actually, a film crew.
Wow.
So, Shay. Shay's been with Mr. Dudley for a few years. But she's also been supportive and coming out to our meetings. Dr. Bobby Banks, who's been emceeing, she's part of our support team. And Sherry Taylor. Where's Sherry? Yeah, somebody go get Sherry. She's out registering people. But I tell you about something about Sherry. I knew Sherry maybe a couple of years ago when I wanted to start Every.Black.com, and it was a concept. It was just a thought. And she would be collecting these events. And I told her, just keep collecting events. And she kept asking me, well, when are we going to make the website? When are we going to build the website? I said, it's coming. Just keep collecting the events. So she's going to be coming. And then the last, here's Sherry. And Sherry's a commercial realtor. And actually, after I found out about the mastermind meetings, I told Sherry, and Sherry told Dorian. Where's Dorian? I know he's here. And Dorian is going to be starting the chapter in Charlotte in about another month. And the last is a package deal. We got Audrey Parliament and Audrey Muhammad. You wouldn't be here tonight if it weren't for these two. Parliament is a teacher here. And once he found out what we were doing and that we needed a place to meet, he told me immediately, I think I can help you out. And he's been, almost daily, I get a text from Parliament. We're texting back and forth. Hey, Mr. Davies, I got so many brothers from the nation. I got this coming. I got a videographer. So we've been really, this is the team.
Oh,
what we're going to be doing too right after, we're going to be taking pictures of the team and also Mr. Dudley. I'm not going to keep you long, but I wrote out a few words just to give you a little background about myself and how I got involved in this. But I've been in the computer field, like Mr. Raleigh was saying, I've been in the computer field for nearly 30 years. And I taught people how to use software literally all over the country. Then I started specializing in database development. And actually, people kept offering me jobs, and I took one. I worked at Raleigh, actually, not too far from here, near Duke Raleigh Hospital, working for a surgeon developing medical software for a medical company, for a clinic. But last year, I decided I really wanted to leave my job and go back into business for myself full time. And that was about June of 2015. Well, and that's when I started planning and working on Every.Black.com. And that's a website where we list events targeting the African-American community of the past, events of the present, and events of the future. Now, around October of last year, I get this email from Dr. John Ray. And he's asking if I'd like to come to Kernersville to a business meeting and meet Mr. Dudley. My first thought was, where's Kernersville? I'm from Michigan. My next thought was, well, who is Dr. Ray? And I'm ashamed to admit it, but at the time I was like, and who's Joe Dudley? So I almost trashed the email because you get a lot of junk mail. And I thought, well, let me just check this out. I Googled it. I started reading about Dr. Ray. I started reading about Joe Dudley. And I'm thinking, they want me to come meet them? I better find Kernersville. And so I went up to Kernersville, and first I went to John Ray's house before he took me to the first meeting. And I met his wife, Miss Rosie. And also I wanted you all to pray for them because Miss Rosie had a stroke earlier in the year, and then John Ray had one later. They're both in recovery. So just pray for them, because they would be here if they were.
All right. I sure would.
But I met with them at their home. We were sitting in the living room just talking, and he was trying to get some information about me and trying to know a little bit about him and Joe Dudley. And I was telling him about my website. And so he asked me, how are you going to get the word out about your website? And I said, well, one thing I plan to do is to tell my fraternity brothers, Phi Beta Sigma. And he jumps up and said, what did you say? And if you know John, he's like very dramatic. Right? And I said, well, I'm going to tell my fraternity brothers about my website to get the word out. And he jumped up and he walked out of the room. And I'm just sitting there with me and Miss Rosie. And she's smiling, and I'm like, did I insult him? Did I say something wrong? And within a minute, he walks back in wearing his Phi Beta Sigma jacket. From that point on, we were in. But also, what he did, he took me to the first meeting. And like Tony said, I've been going to the meetings ever since. Don't want to forget anything that I put together here. One of the things that we learned from Mr. Dudley is that you can achieve anything when you put your mind to it, but there's a price that you have to pay. That's something that my parents also instilled in us in the early age. Basically, if there's a will, there's a way. But this organization practices it. Mr. Guevara conceived of the idea of having 1,000 entrepreneurs to come to Mr. Dudley's birthday party. And with his leadership and Mr. Dudley's blessing and the work of the ambassadors, some that you met tonight and others that you haven't met, because some of them are actually conducting a meeting in Winston-Salem right now. That's right. To keep that one going. So we got 2 meetings going on tonight. But we actually made that happen. One other thing that Mr. Dudley always tells us is that ask what you can learn, not what you can earn. So if you learn, you will be able to earn all you ever need. The group emphasizes the importance of networking. That's already been spoken of tonight. You can't do it alone. And this is really the concept of mastermind. It allows each of us to benefit from what all of us knows. A lot of times when people come to these meetings, they look at the speakers, but your resources are sitting next to you. They're in front of you and behind you. So that's the real power of these meetings. And in fact, let's skip over one thing. One other thing I want to mention too is that some people come to meetings with the thought of what's in it for me. If your sole motivation is to get something from it or to make $1, then you will not become truly successful. But if your real motivation is using your skills and talents to give back to others, the dollars will come. Yeah. This organization is about giving and about serving. That's right. I've seen it practiced in this organization. And in fact, if you think about it, it's being practiced right now. because Mr. and Dr. McQueen, they didn't have to let us use their facility tonight.
That's right.
But they did. And even this meeting and this organization, basically, it was created to help you be successful. And all the ambassadors that you see up here tonight, they don't have to be here. They're not getting paid. They want to see you become successful. So I just feel that as president now of the Raleigh Durham chapter, these philosophies must become the foundation of this chapter. And that's why I humbly am blessed and honored to accept the position as president of the Raleigh Durham chapter of the S.B. Fuller and Joel Dudley Sr. Foundation.